Hey, what's going on, folks? Another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, and this is kind of a sleeper that I missed. If I'm not mistaken, it came out earlier this year. It is a movie on Netflix, kind of went under the radar, but if you stumble upon it, I feel like it's a guaranteed laughs. The director, let me pull it up. I just had it. The director of this particular movie, Jamal Dido, I believe I'm saying that right. So yeah, the director is Jamal Dido, and I really enjoyed this movie. Well, what movie are you talking about, Ryan? It's this movie called Three Ways. It could be called Threesome, I guess, and it could be another name for it. But at least from what I saw, the movie is called Three Ways. So what Three Ways is about is a movie that stars our main character by the name of Stacey Johnson. The actress is named Andrea Lewis. And so what this movie is about is we have Stacey, who from the surface has everything going on. She's attractive, smart, funny. She has her own job, her own place. She doesn't necessarily need to depend on a man, but yeah, she is in a relationship. But the only downfall, or the I wouldn't call it a red flag, but I guess something that is alarming in this particular show is Stacey is boring in bed. So boring that she is actually dumped because she is too boring or too scared to try certain things in bed. And without getting into any detail, there's nothing crazy, at first. Like she is like boring from like the simple stuff that you would consider common when it comes to relations. I'll put it that way. And so after she's dumped because she's being too boring in bed, she kind of makes a vow to herself to never let that happen again. And so her next relationship, she finds herself being a little boring. And in order to save face, she is the one who insists to her new boyfriend they should have a threesome. That is her choice. That's what she said. Granted, he made one of those, I'm joking unless you want to do it type of comments. And then that's when she kind of went overboard and was like, nah, for real, I will be down to do this and the third. Literally this and the third. You go, let's get started. Let's find another woman to do this, three-way act. So that's what we have here. And what I found very what's the word I'm looking for? What I found very entertaining, in this show, or clever. What I found very entertaining and clever is the writing, which is also done by Dido. It actually takes place from the perspective of the three people involved in this three-way act. So we definitely see how we get to this point from Stacey's point of view. And then another part of the movie, we see how we get to this point from the new boyfriend's point of view. And then we see how the second woman gets involved in this three-way act. Throughout this entire throughout this entire movie, it's very non-monogamous friendly. I'll put it that way. Of course, the movie's called Three Ways. We have Stacey, who is insisting on the three-way act, but not only that, there is they brush over other things like I guess is a polyamorous relationship or non-monogamous relationships, open relationships, all types of stuff. This is a very highly non-monogamous movie that you're about to watch, but and also, it's kind of like something you could take notes on if, Three's Company is your thing. Because really, some of the comedy ensues when you kind of see the do's and don'ts about, when it comes to going about a threesome. So that's what's very funny about it. And once again, how can I put it? For example, it may be, excuse me. For an example, one of the do's and don'ts that you might pick up in this movie is to not, at least from the man's perspective, it's probably would be highly, imperative to you that you do not get too much in your head to the point where you almost can't perform, not only in front of one woman, but two. So it talks about not getting in too much into your head. There's another part where it's like, if you read between the lines, like who should be responsible for selecting the other woman in this particular act you're trying to get down with? Should it be the girlfriend or should it be the boyfriend? When it comes to Stacey, for example, there's even one part where it's like, maybe she likes women more than men. She's possibly finding that out. And then next thing you know, that brings up some anxiety, and the boyfriend is like, damn, I wonder if those two girls like each other more than me, and then I'm gonna be the odd man out. And also it's just like, hey, how do you equally, share the love in the threesome? Like, all these things are kind of talked about in the most hilarious way, and I highly recommend anyone to go see it. If I'm not mistaken, I think this came out like as early as like February or March, but it's one of those, in my opinion, I guess under the radar type of movies that I don't even remember how I came across of it. Like, I think I went down a YouTube rabbit hole or something. Don't ask me how that came up in my YouTube rabbit hole. That's none of your business. But it came up in the YouTube rabbit hole where I saw like a commercial or something for it, and therefore I checked it out on Hulu. So once again, go check it out. Very hilarious. Like I said, I'm not familiar with any of the actors or actresses in this movie outside of Takara, who used to be, who's probably more notably from America's Next Top Model. As a matter of fact, Takara actually plays the best friend of Stacey, who's kind of giving her some tips in preparation for this threesome that she insisted on. So, hilarious movie. Love it or hate it. That's my review. I highly suggest you check it out. It's available on Netflix right now. Peace.